Good morning, guys. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit difficult for me to record, mainly because I'm currently starting on a couple mystery videos. So I'm going to be doing a fusion challenge and a scrap fabric challenge. So I've got a creature where I really can't show you much of anything for, and then I've also got a creature where I mainly just don't want you to see the fabric that I'm working on or the colors and stuff because I want to leave that a surprise as well. So I'm going to try and just sprinkle those pieces here and there, and you won't know what is what, and hopefully I won't ruin the surprise for those projects. Besides from that, I am starting on a couple other smaller creatures here and there, so again, I'm not going to tell you what is for what creature because I don't want to ruin anything. Anyway, so first thing that I'm going to be working on is actually making some fins, because one of the creatures is going to be a water type creature. Actually, two of them are, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. So I'm going to be trying to make some fins out of felt and wire and different things like that. I'm not going to paint them yet because I'm going to wait until the creature is put together for that, so you're mainly just going to be seeing the construction of the fins. Okay, so these are a few of the fins that I'm going to try and make, and basically each fin is going to have two pieces of felt on the outside, and I'm going to be trying to glue some wires in between the two to make the little kind of bone bits that go in between. So I'm basically just trying to get these shaped the way I want, and then we're going to glue them in place. They're already cut to the size that I need them. I kind of did all the prepping ahead of time. Trying to get them as straight as I can, and we're just going to be gluing them like this. I'm not going to be using anything for these sides because I think it'd be too hard to get the felt to glue around them. Unfortunately, this is going to use a lot of fabric glue. I'm actually really excited for this piece because usually with my challenge videos, I try to keep them kind of simple. Mainly because they give me a break from making the really complex creatures, but with this one I was like, I'm going to challenge myself even more and make something really cool. Because a lot of the times when I'm making my challenge videos, I tend to go a little bit more simple on the design and just try and make it a little bit easier for myself, just something more cutesy. But with this one's going to be pretty interesting. It feels so weird not being able to tell you guys what I'm making. But it'll be worth it in the end because I really want you guys to be surprised with this one. Well, I want you to be surprised with all of them, but we'll see how well I can film this vlog where you don't get the ending ruined. This may not be the best way to make fins, but it's the way I'm making fins right now. Alright, I'm just going to push. And I don't want it to squirt the glue out everywhere, so I'm going to get some paper towels. Okay, because I really want to squish these together and make sure that they're pressed. So I don't want to get on my hands and I don't want it to get on the counter. And once everything dries, I'll recut them so everything is nice and smooth because some of the edges are not lapping correctly, but that's okay. Mainly focusing on the shape of the little bone bits. Now, I do know a lot of you guys are saying to make a water dragon, so this is not for a water dragon, not for any type of dragon, but I do want to come up with a cool design for one in the future. So you will probably see me messing around with fins later on, because I kind of like how these are looking so far. Okay, so I got my fins put together, they're all dried and everything. I adjusted the shape a tiny bit, but not too much. So I got the end fin. This will go at the end of a tail, so it came out pretty good. This is going to be on the top of the creature. This one I didn't show you me putting it together, but it was a little bit more complicated, plus I wanted the footage for the actual video of the creature being made, so I could only do one or the other, so I wanted it for the actual video. And then these are going to be little side fins. They came out pretty good. Again, the colors aren't accurate because I need to paint them, and I am really debating on if I should paint them separately or together. I don't know. Oh, also I made a couple little extra tiny fins, nothing fancy or anything like that, and then a few spiky bits. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do next is make some clay pieces. I've got 3 heads I need to get done, and 2 of the creatures have feet. One of them doesn't. One of them only has a head. So since we're going to be working on clay pieces, I want to find a few decorative things to add to them. Let's see what we have in here. There's so much. Okay, let's see what we got. I need to start using these resin pieces. Oh, maybe that one. I kind of like that one. But I mainly have the resin gems here because I don't like wasting resin. So anytime I resin a piece and I've got extra, I just make little tiny gems with it. And eventually I plan on making stuff using the gems, but I don't know, it feels better than just like pouring it out. I'm really curious if these would work for eyes for one of them. These are really cool. These are actually color changing. So they're just based off of the temp and stuff. So they just turn blue, and if I quit touching them, they look like that. So I don't know if they'd work in the oven though. I don't know if putting them through the oven at the low temp would mess up the paint or not. I could always test it out before making the head. Just throw one in with another head before making that specific head. And then the other creature, I think I want to leave it kind of natural, so I don't think we're going to use any gems on him. Okay, so I'm just going to go with those resin ones because, again, I need to use some of them. And they look more of the color that I want than any of the other things. Okay, so I feel like I'm just going to make the heads first and I'll mess around with the legs later. Oh, also I decided to grab these pair of eyes. I figured they'd go good with the creature that I can't talk much about. So I'm going to be working on this one first. So let's get this all nice and covered up. But yeah, guys, I hope it's not super annoying that I can't tell you what exactly I'm working on. I'm going to try and get these guys done with as soon as I can. Of course, I'm not going to rush them because I want them to look really cute and everything, but I'm going to try and get them done so that they won't have to be in a vlog anymore and we can actually discuss what I'm making. Oh, by the way, guys, thank you so much for understanding that I couldn't post on Thanksgiving. I just really didn't have the time to be able to deal with family and responding to comments and everything, and I was so excited for the video, which you guys already know what that video is that I was waiting on posting because today is Friday and I already posted. You know what I mean. But I really wanted you guys to get to enjoy that video, and I wanted to enjoy it with you, so I'm really glad you guys understood that I didn't want to post on Thanksgiving. But yeah, for Thanksgiving I ended up going over to my little sister's. We haven't seen her in forever because she works a lot, I work a lot. Everyone just works a ton right now, so I took the time off to be able to go do that. I actually decided to do a 4-day weekend, so Thursday, Friday, and the other 2 days of the weekend I took off, which I've never done that. I mean, I take the weekends off, but usually I'll work on other things here and there. But I really needed the time off, and it was really nice to just kind of relax a little bit and not have to worry so much about work-related stuff. Okay, so I got one of the faces done, and we're going to put this in the oven along with those color-changing gems to see if I can use them for the eyes without ruining them. So I'm going to get those baking, and I can start on one of the other faces while that's going on. Okay, so I got my first head done, and then I also tested out the color changing gems. So the ones on the right are the ones that went through the oven, and then the ones on the left are the ones that did not. So you'll notice there is a big difference. I'm not touching them, they're both the same temp, so they should be the same color. So basically, I think what happened is the ones that went through the oven, they didn't get completely messed up, but I did lose some of the colors that they switched to. As you can see, the ones on the left have that kind of reddish, orangish, almost coppery color that they start with. And these are supposed to switch from that to like a green to a blue. So these ones are already that greenish blue color, and they still do kind of change, but not very much at all. So at least I know that I should not put these in the oven. So basically what I think I have to do with the gems if I want to use them for eyes is I'm going to have to... Here, let me grab something. I'm going to have to take a wooden dowel, and then basically the ones that I messed up, I'm going to glue onto the tip of it. So when I want to make the eyes for the creature, I'm just going to kind of have this glued on and then stamp a spot for the new eyes. So I'm just going to use this to stamp a spot, and then we can put the other eyes on once the clay has been baked, and I'll probably also paint it first too. So I'm going to get started on the 2 other heads that I want to make, and then I might have time to work on some legs as well, because I have a lot of clay that I need to get done. Okay, so I got my 2 other heads all done. You could probably guess the one on the left. I'm not going to say it, but I'm pretty sure you guys can guess it. And then the one on the right we're going to leave as a surprise. That's the one that we're going to use those color changing gems for the eyes. As you can see, they're kind of indented for that. So I'm going to get these baked, and then I also have a bunch of clay feet that I finished. So we're going to get those baked as well, and then we can start on some painting and probably figure out something else to work on too. Okay, so I decided that painting these ahead of time before putting the creature together was just going to be a lot easier, less moving parts to deal with, so I'm just going to get that done. I think this will probably be the last thing that we work on today, because it's starting to get kind of late. I'm really hoping this one comes out the way that I want him to, because he's kind of a difficult project. He's definitely a challenge. I think after I get this batch of creatures all done, I'm going to start working on more dragons and possibly some dinosaurs, because I haven't done dinosaurs in a while. In the last video where I finished those 2 other dragons, you guys had some really cool suggestions for different types of species, like different themes for dragons, and I definitely want to try some of them out. I think the one that caught my eye right away, I can't remember all of them, I'll have to go through the comments section, but the one that I really want to try, because I think it'll be difficult, is a like a wood forest dragon. So something that's kind of like made out of like branches and stuff. Mainly because I think it'd be kind of interesting to try and get that texture and look with clay and fabric. I think that'd be a good challenge for me, because it's something that I haven't done before. I'm all frazzled. I can't think of the other ones, but I had so many of you guys make suggestions, and I loved a lot of them. One suggestion that I really liked, which I kind of already had written down for an idea because New Year's is coming, was a time dragon. The only thing is, I don't think I have enough time to get him done around the same time as New Year's. So if we do it, it may be kind of later, which... not too great, because it would be nice to have it as a title around the same time, and yeah, do that YouTube thing, you know, where certain things are searched more often so they get more views. I haven't been really good at that. I used to try and do that, but I found myself doing a lot of projects that I didn't want to do, and they never really got good views anyways. And I think one paid off, like my older ones. I had a few that really like did well because of it, but I don't know, I find myself doing projects based off of what's popular at the time and not enjoying them as much, so I really don't want to focus on trying to get projects done based off of what's popular, but just based off of what I'm in the mood to do. Because I feel like they'll come out better, I'll put more time and effort into them if I actually want to make them, instead of just making them for view's sake or something. I feel like that's probably the number one thing I've probably learned from doing YouTube videos, is everyone just tells you to do what's popular around the same time. Try and get that video out as soon as you can so you can get the clicks and stuff like that. But honestly, that is the fastest way to just hate doing videos. Because again, you're not doing what you want to upload, you're doing what everyone else considers popular at the time. And granted, you may enjoy the things that are popular at the time and be interested in doing them, but do you really want to rush a project that you're excited to do just so that it gets out in time? Because most likely, if you don't rush it, by the time you get it done around the time that it sparks popularity, no one's going to care. So, or at least they won't care as much because they probably have already seen it. So I'm just not going to concern myself with what's popular at the time, and I'm just going to make what I want to make, and of course, what you guys want to see. Also, it helps that I'm not doing characters anymore. I'm just going to be doing originals, so that will keep me from getting burned out as well. There's a lot of changes going on YouTube, and I feel like the best way to deal with them is to just focus on my original art right now. Okay guys, so I have all my fins painted up. I'm really happy with them. They're finally dry, so I can kind of show them to you. I've got the back fin. I'm kind of doing these like stripy bits, so this will kind of give away a little bit of what I'm doing, but hopefully not too much. Then I got these ones, the backs, the fronts. I kind of like that one more. It was originally going to be the back, but it may be the front of the fins. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Got the end. Oh, I forgot to do lines on this one. Okay, well, they're not finished yet. I'll have to do that. And then those are all the ones that I added more detail to. Anyways, I'm going to call today's vlog good. I need to run the puppers out, get dinner ready and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!